We're slowly rolling into this week, my darlings. It's April 14th, and the queer news cycle is delivering campus drama, pop star confessions, historic flag wins, rugby inclusion realness, and some serious global political shakeups. You're tuned in to the Gaily News, your daily dose of everything LGBTQ+, that's making us serve, slay, and side-eye the planet. I'm your host, Elliot Bright. Let's see what we got. First up from the USA, Pete Buttigieg is giving us the clearest hint yet about 2028. In a fresh interview that dropped over the weekend, the openly gay former transportation secretary told supporters at a National Action Network event to "save me a seat." The comment has everyone buzzing that he's seriously eyeing another presidential run. Follow-up coverage today shows the openly gay politician framing it as a future fight for progressive values, and the internet is already losing its collective mind. Next, a man in Cincinnati pleaded guilty to federal hate crime-related charges after video caught him burning pride flags while shouting anti-gay slurs. The incident happened last year, but the guilty plea and sentencing details broke in the last couple of days. Prosecutors say the arson could have spread to nearby homes. Neighbors called it absolutely horrific, and the case is being hailed as a strong example of holding anti-LGBTQ+ violence accountable. In more USA education news, the chancellor of the Texas Tech University system dropped a bombshell memo last week ordering all campuses to phase out any academic programs centered on sexual orientation or gender identity. Follow-up reporting today confirms provosts have until June 15th to identify and shut down majors, minors, certificates, and even research tracks. The directive also declares that the system will officially recognize only two human sexes. Queer students and faculty are calling it a direct attack on academic freedom and visibility. Now, for international sports team that's got the whole world watching, the chair of International Gay Rugby spoke out strongly against blanket transgender bans in the sport, saying clear, thoughtful inclusion guidelines are a far smarter approach than outright exclusion. The comments, which gained major traction in the last 24 hours, come just ahead of the Bingham Cup, the world's largest gay rugby tournament. Advocates say this sets a positive tone for how global sports can balance fairness and welcome. Finally, a major development on the global political front. In Hungary, opposition leader Péter Magyar pulled off a stunning upset over longtime far-right Prime Minister Viktor Orbán in parliamentary elections held over the weekend. Follow-up coverage today shows Orbán conceding defeat after 16 years in power, with Magyar's center-right TISA party securing a landslide two-thirds majority. LGBTQ+ advocates are hopeful the change could finally ease years of harsh anti-LGBTQ+ policies, propaganda laws, and family restrictions that defined the Orbán era. That's your Gaily News for April 14th. From Pete Buttigieg teasing 2028, a guilty plea in a pride flag arson case, Texas Tech clamping down on LGBTQ+ academic programs, International Gay Rugby pushing for real inclusion ahead of the Bingham Cup, to Péter Magyar's historic win over Viktor Orbán in Hungary. The stories this week show both the pushback we're facing and the progress that's still possible when people show up and vote. Thank you for tuning in, my beautiful listeners. Stay fierce, stay safe, and keep living your truth. This has been Elliot Bright with the Gaily News. Hit subscribe, share with your chosen family, and I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, stick together.